going to show you how to make a gecko on the rainbow loom. What you're going to be needing is 1 red elastic, 2 black elastics, 2 white elastics, and lots of the see-through turquoise color. If you want to make your gecko green or blue or any other color, you can use that instead of the turquoise. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take 1 turquoise elastic, and we're only going to be using, this is for the tail, we're only going to be using this first line of pegs. So you're going to take your 1 elastic, put on the first and the second peg. Now you take the next 2, put on the second and third peg. Next 2 elastics together, third and fourth peg, 2 elastics, fourth and fifth peg, so 1, 2, 3, and 1 last, or some more, yeah, we're going to go all the way down. So with these 2 pegs, we're going to go all the way down to the bottom of the loom. If you want to make your tail a little shorter, then you can stop further up. So just keep putting on those double rubber bands all the way down. And for when you get close to the bottom, what we're going to be doing on your last elastic that you place, we're going to be putting a capping band on, and then we can start looping. So take 1 turquoise elastic, put it on the last peg of your tail, and you're going to twist that, put it on, twist it again, put it on, and twist it, and put the whole elastic on now. And now we're going to start hooking with the rainbow loom. So reach under your capping band, make sure you don't grab that, and grab the bottom 2 elastics, and pull that up. Stretch it out maybe a little bit, and then hook it onto itself. So put it onto the next peg in front, and then grab the bottom 2 elastics again, hook it onto itself, onto the next peg, and we're going to be doing that all the way up to the tail. That's to the front of the tail. So you're going to grab the bottom 2 each time and hook it on to itself onto the next peg. Make sure you don't grab any other elastics, or else you won't get this raindrop kind of shape. And when you hook it up, make sure that you don't accidentally take off any other elastics and make them loose and just sit there. So now that we're all the way up at the top of the tail, make sure that you have this raindrop shape all the way along your loom. And now you're going to go to the top and grab the bottom 1 elastic. You're going to hook it up to the top and hook it onto the very first peg. Now you grab the bottom elastic, hook it up, and don't let go of that with your hook. Grab this, let go, and pull. So you're going to get a secure band. So now you can take your tail off. So here is going to be your gecko tail. We're going to put that off to the side for now, for the first body part of the gecko. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make a foot. I've already made 3 of these, so I'm going to show you how to make one, and then you can pause the video and then go back and make the other 3 feet. So take 1 turquoise elastic and put it on the first and the second rubber, or the pegs. And now you take 2 elastics again, just like with the tail, and you hook it onto the second and third peg. Another 2 elastics, third and fourth peg. Another 2 elastics on the fourth and fifth peg. And we're going to do that one last time. And so you have 4 pegs here with the double elastics on, and 1 at the top with just the single elastic. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your hook. Going to be needing 1 turquoise rubber band. Go and do like a figure 8 configuration, double it, twist it again, put it onto the hook, so you have what looks like 3 loops here. And do that again. Stick it on, twist it, put it on, and twist it. And so now total you should have what looks like 6 hoops here. Now you're going to take another turquoise elastic and just hook it onto the front here and put the other piece on the index finger. And you're going to, if you have to do this one at a time, go ahead and you can do that. But you want to take all of the elastics that you looped that were here, and you're going to slide them onto this one singular turquoise rubber band. Now you're going to take the other end, put it back onto your hook, like that. You're going to take it, and you're going to hook it onto the last peg that you worked on for your foot and for the leg. So you're going to have this little knobby sticking out, should be on the end piece here. Now we're going to do that again a few times. So you're going to twist it, put it on, twist, twist. So you're going to have 6 hoops here again. Take your rubber band, put it on the edge, grab as many as you can, hook it on. So you're hooking it onto the rubber band here, you slip them all on. Now you're going to take it, hook it onto your hook, stretch it out, and we're going to put the next toe, second toe, onto it. So now you're going to have 2 knobs here. We're going to put the last toe sticking out on this end here. Push that down a little bit so you got room. Twist your elastic again, twist it again, another elastic, twist it, so get 6 hoops again, another elastic on the index finger. I'm gonna, if you can't grab them all at the same time, then you can just grab them, all of the hoops, one at a time, slide those onto the one singular turquoise, hook it onto the hook, and now we're going to put the last toe. I'm only going to do 3 toes, but if you want to do 4 toes or more or less, then you can just do that same step over and over and just keep hooking it on here. So now that we have our 3 toes, you're going to want to separate this band. Going to pull it to the bottom some more so you can see the separation. And you're going to take your hook, you're going to reach under all of those elastics, and you're going to grab the bottom 2. So it's kind of tricky because there's all of the elastics on. So once you've hooked that, hold the others, make sure none come off because you don't want that to happen. Uh-oh, one's starting to come off. Okay, we'll put that back on. So you have your two, you hook it onto itself. Bottom two elastics, only the bottom two. Hook it onto itself. Bottom two. Hook it onto itself. Onto the next peg. Bottom two. Hook it onto the next peg. And now you take the bottom one elastic. Place it on here. Grab the bottom elastic. Pull it through. Keep holding that. And then you're going to take this elastic. Let it go. And stretch it out. So that's going to be your secure band. Now you can start taking your foot off. So your foot in the end should look something like this, with one band sticking out the end. So I've already made some, so you're going to have to pause the video, or you can go back and make more. So now we're going to put our 4 legs, or the feet beside the side, and now we're going to make the main body and the head with it. So now we take our one singular red rubber band and put it on first and second peg in the middle column. And so with your loom, make sure that it's straight across and you don't have one peg up, so it's straight across. Make sure the arrow is pointing towards you. Push it down a little. Take your next 2 turquoise rubber bands and you stretch them out to the sides here. And push that down a little. Take the next 2, put it on the first, stretch it out to the side, push it down. You're going to do that same thing for the next middle peg here. So you're going to have pyramid kind of a shape. Now you're going to take another 2 rubber bands. I'm going to go down 1 like this. I'm going to put my hook aside. Down 1, push it down. Yeah, every time you put an elastic on, make sure these are double elastics. Every time you put them on, you want to push them down so that they don't get too close to the top and so you can't fit any others on. Take the next 2, put it on. And now you're going to take the next 2 and you're going to hook it onto the middle elastic here. If you want to make the face longer, then you can go down another, but I'm just going to make it like this. So you can hook it down, put it down again further, put it onto the middle peg again, hook it from here to here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make the set of eyes that we're going to be putting right across here. So you're going to take your hook, you're going to take 1 black rubber band and hook it 3 times around, push it down to the bottom. If it's out of shape, then you pull on some other ones so that you have the 3 hooks. Now you take 1 white elastic, put it on the end, hook it, put it on the end, hook it again. Now you put it on the front of the black elastic, hook it again, squish it down so you have what looks like an eyeball. Now you're going to take another black elastic, you're going to put it at the top here again, and you do the same thing as you did with the first eye. So you're going to hook the black 3 times, push this other eye down so you got room. You're going to take the white again, hook it, slide it, hook it again, hook it at the front of the eye, so the same thing as the first eye. So you got what looks like 2 eyeballs. Now you're going to take 1 turquoise rubber band, hook it on, so the same as the toes, hook it on here and on your index finger. And you're going to slide. If you can't grab them all at the same time, that's alright. Just slide your first eyeball onto the rubber band, push it down as far as you can. Now you're going to grab your other eyeball and slide it on. So it looks like two squished eyeballs together. So you've got those. Now what you're going to do, you're going to stretch it out. You're going to put the first, you're going to hook it on to your gecko face, right here, onto this peg right here. So the third down, you're going to take the other side with your fingers if you can, or you can put it onto your hook. You're going to put it onto the other side as well. Now, just take your eyes and separate them across here. So one on each side of the peg that's in the middle of them. So you have an eye over here and an eye over here on your loom. Next, we're going to start working on the body, going down this way. So you're going to take another 2 turquoise elastics. You're going to hook them from the middle piece here, where we last left off, and you hook them onto the next peg right here. Take the next 2, hook it onto the side one or the middle one, whichever you want to do first. And then you hook it onto the next one. So you've got again a pyramid shape. Push those down a little. Now we're going to put these there. I'm going to stretch them down. And make sure you have 2 elastics every time, because if you only did 1 elastic every time, the gecko would be skinnier. If you had more elastics, you could use 3, but I'm going to only use 2. Again, 2 elastics, and you just keep working like that, going down. We're going to go down the loom, and depending how far you want your body to be, we're going to make it that long. Remember, 2 elastics every time. Hook it on. 2 elastics. Hook it on to the next. Some of my elastics are twisted, so I'm going to untwist them and then I'm going to hook them on here. So we're going to keep working down. Getting to the end of the body. Continuing 2 elastics going down to the bottom of the body. Now what you're going to do is you're going to attach 2 elastics again onto this peg. You put it into the middle one at the very bottom of your loom. Or if you want your body to be shorter, then you can just do that further up. 2 elastics on the middle one, and hook it onto the other middle one. 2 elastics on the middle one, for the far right one, hook it onto the bottom middle one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to attach body parts onto our gecko. So you're going to take your tail here, the end secure band, and you're going to put it on the end here. And if you'd like the tail to be tighter and not as loose, then what you can do is you can just take the secure band and hook it onto the 2 elastics, so it's stretched out a little more. So I just hooked the secure band of the tail onto this peg here, and this peg without doubling it or anything, just stretched it out between them. Now we're going to take the legs and we're going to do the same thing as the tail so that they're nice and tight on. I'm going to take them at the top of the body here, where we had the triangular pyramid shape, where it looks like an hourglass here. We're going to put the leg here, and the leg on this end here. So you're going to take it, you're going to stretch out your secure band, you're going to place it on the two pegs. So these two pegs. Now we're going to take another foot, stretch it out, take the secure band, put it on the two pegs, this one and this one, so you've got your feet sticking out. Now you're going to go to the bottom, and you're going to go to the bottom two elastics here, and we're going to put the gecko feet on there. So you're going to stretch out your secure band again, and you're going to put it on these two. It comes off. Then that means you gotta push down your elastics. Push on your foot to the secure band, the next foot, and put it on the far peg, far left at the bottom here, and put it on. So now all we're gonna have to do left is some bands that will put the body together. And then we're going to start hooking, and then your gecko's done. So we're going to take one single turquoise rubber band, and you're going to place it, and you put it onto the next here. And if you want your body to be tighter, then you twist it, and put it onto the next peg up here. Now we're going to take another one, we're going to do it on the next pegs. Place it around, twist it, hook it up. There. Take it, twist it, and hook it up again onto the peg. If you want to do it a different way, it's not working, then you can just take it on your fingers, twist it, put it on, and then just stretch it out and place it onto your next hooks. And if it's tight for your fingers and slipping off, then you take your hook and you, oh, it came off. Just kind of go and hook it on. Here, twist it, hook it at the top. That's how I learned mine, putting it on. So we're going to do that, and take another turquoise band, twist it, and you're going to put it on, oh, popped off, take it, twist it, put it on the top, so it's going to look like that with the straight band going across. Now you're going to take it again, twist it. These bands are so that the gecko body will be able to stay together. And you're going to put, again, twist it, the top end piece here where we attached our feet. So it might be kind of hard because there's lots of elastics there. Twist it again. Oh. If it keeps coming off your elastic, then you can just push down the other elastics so you've got more room. There. So now we've got them for the body, and then we're going to do 2 for the head. Push them down, twist, now now for where the eyes are, push it down again so you got room. Take it, twist it. There. Now we're going to start hooking your gecko, and then it's going to be finished. So we're going to start all the way at the bottom where the tail is. Reach under with your hook and grab the bottom 2 elastics, only the bottom 2 elastics. And you want to hook it onto itself. So if you're not sure which elastic it was, stretch it out and you'll see. And for me, I'm hooking it onto the left peg. If you put yours on different, it might be different. Squish them down a little bit if you need to see which elastics you need to grab. Reach under, grab the bottom 2, hook it up again, put it on the top, or whichever one the elastic belongs to. Bottom again, bottom 2, hook it up. Make sure that it's not hooked onto anything else, and so you've got just your tail sitting here on the end. Reach under here with all of these elastics, and you grab the bottom 2 only. Got the bottom 2, lift it up, and put it on the next peg on the top of it, so you hook it onto itself. Take the bottom 2, hook it onto itself, onto the top here. Bottom 2, hook it onto itself, so you put it onto the top peg. So you've got a raindrop kind of a shape, and the configuration for here should look something like this. So you've got raindrops looking shapes at the top, and you've got what looks like almost little triangles going around each peg. And so if you don't have that configuration, then you probably hooked the wrong elastics, hooked it onto the wrong pegs, or you grabbed too many elastics. So make sure you got this right. So now you grab the bottom 2 again, you hook it up on top, pull it, hook it onto the next one. And we're going to do that all the way up the body. So you want to make sure that you don't grab these double elastics that we put here, the twisted ones. So you reach under, grab it, hook it up, under, bottom 2, hook it up, under, bottom 2, hook it up, now for where the top legs are, you're going to reach under again, grab the bottom 2, hook it up, and you hook it onto this middle peg that joins the head and the body right here. And so this peg is going to be full with a lot of elastics, so you're going to make sure that they're pushed down and that none pop off. Reach under at the bottom here again. If you can't see the bottom 2, then separate them from the rest of the elastics. Reach under, bottom 2, hook it up to the top here. Now if your elastics start coming off, then just push them back into place where they should be, because it's getting really tight in this one area here. Reach under, bottom 2, hook it up, bottom 2, hook it up. So now you've got more teardrop shapes in here. Bottom 2, hook it up. Continuing, taking the bottom 2 and hooking them up to the top. take the bottom two again. You're going to hook them up to the top peg again, the middle peg. Squish it down a little bit so that you got room for this last row in here. Going to reach under, grab the bottom two of this peg right here. Reach up, grab those. Reach under, bottom two, hook it onto itself, next pegs. Now we're going to grab the bottom two again and hook it onto the middle peg. So now, this middle peg is busy with a lot of elastics. So you want to be very careful with this one. So you want to reach under all of those layers of elastics and grab only the bottom two. Stretch it out if you want to see which peg that belongs to. Hook it onto that peg. Then we're going to reach under and grab the bottom two again. Stretch it out so you see which peg it belongs to. Hook onto that peg. Reach under, bottom two again. Stretch. Hook it here. So you've got all of these attached on. Now for the head, you're going to reach under, grab the bottom two, hook it up, bottom two, hook it up to this middle one at the top here. Bottom two, hook it up, bottom two, hook it up, push it down a little bit, bottom two, hook it up, you want to make sure that you don't grab the wrong elastics, so if you can't see it very well, then you can push them down, then you can reach under, grab them, hook it up, and onto this middle peg at the top here again. Now with this middle peg, you want to reach under and grab only the bottom one red elastic. So that one singular red elastic that's been sitting there for the secure band, reach under those two, grab the bottom, keep holding on to the bottom with your hook, take your fingers, take that other one off, and pull. So now that we've got that, oops, hit the camera. So now that we've got those on, we want to go and you'll pull your gecko off. Now for the gecko, I accidentally broke my red elastic at the top here, so I went and I tied it together on. So now it'll be okay to take off your gecko. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to start on the side here. Make sure, if you can't grab it off with your fingers, then take your hook. It'll help you along, and you grab the side ones first. So that it's easier to grab the top ones here. Reach under with your hook, grab them all, and just take them off. So once you got those off, then you can just slide these along. Again, on different parts, you take off the bottom ones, the side ones, first, and then you just keep sliding this along, pulling all of these off. If some of them get a little stuck, then you can take your hook, reach under, grab them, lift them up. Reach under, grab them, lift them up. Reach under, grab them, lift them up. Gecko is finished. So if you want, you can mold them the way you'd like them to be. There, and so he's got a very mobile, movable tail, and the arms are very mobile too. So there you go. There's your Gecko.